Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand finale of season 2 of Right India. Right India has been around for since 2015 now. It started off as a dream where, wherever I used to go, I would meet people who wanted to write. Everybody wanted to write, and they said, we need a platform, we want to write. Can we also write in the Times of India like you? And since I couldn't give them that, I also met a lot of authors in literature festivals who were doing very good work, and they were becoming big names in the world of, in the field of writing and publishing. So there was this dream which all these people who wanted to write, had this aspiration when they saw them. When you have overnight successes in the field of publishing suddenly, after years and years of believing that it's going to take a long time to become a publishing success, so you also aspire to be there where they are. So this was a way of bringing them together, all the authors I got to know and the people who wanted to write. And we thought of starting off something where they would be able to be connected. So we helped connect them. We requested authors, and we had 11 of them in the first season. We requested them to join us, and every month one author would give a passage based on which people would write short stories and send them to us. Because we wanted this contest to reach as far and wide as possible, we had no age limits. We didn't, we just threw it open to anyone and everyone. And the stories just poured in. Initially, we were scared. I used to think we may not get any story at all. We started such a big project. But in the very first month, we got 5,000 stories. And over the year, the 11 months, we got 25,000 stories, and so after that, we started season 2. The authors of season 1 who had joined us were Amish Tripathi, Chetan Bhagat, Ashwin Sanghi, Ravi Subramanian, Ravinder Singh, Preeti Shinoy, Durjoy Datta, Madhuri Banerjee, Jayashree Mishra, Anita Nair, and Tuhin Sinha. All 11 of them contributed to Right India season 1. And then began season 2, and today is the grand finale of season 2. Our winners, top winners for season 2 are sitting here with us, and they're going to be felicitated today. With us, we have Right India season 2 authors, two of our Right India season 2 authors, Manu Joseph and Anand Neelakantan. And we have, as a special gesture, Amish Tripathi from season 1, who was here, and I requested him to stay on so that the winners could meet him and he could help felicitate them as well. So, Right India, our country's biggest crowdsourced project, introduced this new trend where top authors are actually giving out those passages and also helping us select the winners. And this year, for season 2, we had 10 authors join hands with the Times of India to bring out the best in everyone with stories to tell and the capability to write them. And lending their might to us for season 2 are the following authors: Anand Neelakantan, Ruskin Bond, Sudha Murthy, Shobha Dey, Nikita Singh, Twinkle Khanna, Chitra Banerjee Divakarani, Namita Gokhale, Manu Joseph, and for the very first time we had with us international best-selling author and master storyteller, Sir Jeffrey Archer. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, let us greet the authors who are here with us today, Amish Tripathi, Anand Neelakantan, and Manu Joseph. Let's greet them with applause, please. Yes, please come on to the stage. When the first season of Right India was launched, we were humbled by the astonishing number of stories we received, like I told you. People's love to write a story and the dream to let the story reach millions gave us the will and encouragement to start season 2. Between the 2 seasons, we've got an astonishing number of around 50,000 stories pouring in. From thrillers to romance, from mythology to tragedy, people from across the country wrote their stories. Today, Right India is launching its season 2 winners book, and with that, we have with season 2 launching the book, we have launched 100 new writers into the literary firmament, 100 winners of Right India season 2. Every month we have 10 winners, and from those 100, 10 of the best are here with us today. While short story as a genre has been popular through the ages, the need to read or listen to a good story arises in us since childhood, even before we are born maybe, when a mother reads stories keeping her unborn child in mind. We grow up listening to stories about the Ramayana and the Mahabharata or the various fables related to the animal world. As we grow, we graduate to O. Henry Maupassant, or the many Indian folk tales. From listeners, we slowly become storytellers because we all have stories within us. Each one of us has a story to tell. Some have several stories to tell. And all we are looking for is the means to tell them and a platform from where to share them. And Write India gives us the opportunity to do that, to write a story and share it. This year, there are some interesting facts. The highest participation for all authors came from students and IT professionals. There were a few interesting professions that came into the picture this season, which probably were not there last season. There was because we asked people for, writing down their professions, the people who were writing the stories. So there was somebody from rural development professional, some woman saying she's a woman on maternity break, that was the profession she gave, a furniture designer, CEOs, chefs, and a wildlife biologist also wrote for us. Ruskin Bond was one of the most popular authors for season 1 and season 2 combined. And he got a lot of young, the children writing for him as well as adults, which is why his numbers, we had announced a special prize for children who wrote for Ruskin Bond, which is why the numbers increased so much as well. Season 2 and 1, both the seasons, female participation has been more than male participation. The youngest participants we have had were aged 10 years old, and we had 33 entries this year, season 2, from 10-year-olds. The oldest participant is an 89-year-old man from Chandigarh who wrote for Sudha Murthy. Somebody claimed to be 99 years old as well, but we checked and that wasn't true. So then we checked this 89-year-old. We noticed an interesting trend in profession-wise participation for our authors individually. For Anand Neelakantan, we had a lot of stories from bankers, chartered accountants, doctors, government employees, and people who have retired from service. I wonder why that was Anand. For Jeffrey Archer, mostly IT professionals, homemakers, and government employees participated. For Ruskin Bond, maximum participation came from students and IT professionals. 21 poets participated as well for him, and that was a new category this year. For season 1, we didn't have anybody calling himself a poet as a professional for participating with us. For Shobha Day, the maximum participation came in from students between the age group of 18 to 23. For Twinkle Khanna, maximum participation came from students, homemakers, and writers. Interestingly, more number of IT professionals and government employees participated for Sudha Murthy. In bringing out the Write India book, I had the full support of the Times Group books, with the book that is going to be unveiled today, and my wonderful Write India team. What would we have done without these untiring, enthusiastic, bubbling bunch who are truly enthused every year, and they read story after story. You can imagine how long it takes to read 50,000 stories, and I have my entire team sitting here with me right in the front row, and they really go through it with enthusiasm. I've never had anybody frown or say, oh, I'm sick of reading these stories. They love it, and they feel that it's a truly beautiful job, and they like it. So there's Kalpana Sharma, Gunjan Varma, Surbhi Rawat, Shayantani Chakravarti, Rupa Mudra Kataki, Tanushri Singh, and many others. Have I missed out anybody here? Smita sitting here. A big thank you to you all for your support. Did I miss anyone? Prerna Mahindru from the marketing team, thank you very much for your support. Now, our authors are already on stage. The Dream Merchants, we all have to thank them for their enthusiastic support to Write India. Without you, there would be no Write India. Thank you very much. Okay, one by one. Announce the unveiling of the book.
A hearty welcome to all the prominent personalities we have on the dais here with us. Everybody, can we have a huge round of applause for all three of them? And also let's have a huge round of applause for Miss Vinita for her kind words of wisdom. Thank you, ma'am. I now request you all to put your hands together up in the air one more time for the grand unveiling of the Right India Season 2 book. Everybody, put your hands up in the air. Thank you. It's a humble request to the authors to kindly sign the book as well. Thank you so much.
I would like to invite Amish to say a few words to the winners and the audience. Ah, yes, okay. Yeah. All right.
Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause one more time. Thank you.
Hi guys, as you're clearly aware, I wasn't involved in this season. I was there in the previous season, but someone who's involved in the first season has a sense of parental ownership over a program that I genuinely think is fantastic. I think it has been joked about that India probably has more writers than readers. But we need a platform to encourage and guide the writers, and I compliment Times of India, Vinita and her entire team for building this lovely platform and giving it wings every year. And yes, applause for them, please. And Godspeed, and I hope it grows stronger and stronger every year, and you guys build more and more writers and more competition for Manu, Anand and myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Amish. May I invite Manu to say a few words, please? Manu Joseph.
Hi, I'm very glad to be here. Between Amish, Anand, and me, we sell 1,500,000 copies of our books. You can guess who's the 500 bitters. This is an age where if you don't add a selfie, people don't know you're joking. It's that kind of an age, and if they don't know you're joking, they'll also put you in jail, right? So one of my rules this time, I don't know if you're aware of the format, the writers are supposed to give their own rules. One of my rules was that you are not supposed to use the exclamation mark. And a lot of contestants they were very confused. How can you take away the exclamation mark? How can we write without an exclamation mark? And I want to defend that rule. I think I'd take this opportunity. Is that once you have the exclamation mark, you wouldn't work very hard to create the impression of exclamation. It's like the smiley. On WhatsApp, you want to end the conversation. you don't want to think of what to say, you add a smiley. And a lot of writers also use that. That and the word suddenly. You go back to your stories and count the number of times you've used the word suddenly. It's also a very convenient word. So I banned suddenly also. And I also banned this business of magical realism where animals are talking, unless the entire story is about the discovery of an animal which talks. So, but within these parameters, I really enjoyed the stories I got, and even though I'm supposed to be in the genre called literary fiction, I don't know what that means. I think every genre says that, oh no, this doesn't belong to us, and they have made a whole different genre for a type of fiction which does not belong anywhere. I believe there are only good stories and bad stories, and it was a very rich experience. And I was nervous because judging something subjective is morally ambiguous. So there is no moral explanation that you can give why you decided one story was better than the others. I just told myself I'll be as fair as possible. And I really enjoyed what I got to read, and thank you to many of you for sending those stories. And I promise that I've not stolen anything, though the thought crossed my mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Manu. May I call upon Anand to say a few words, please?
Good evening. Last 1 hour I was speaking, so I don't want to, in the same place, I hope it's not the same audience. This is one of the toughest things I did, because I believe short story is the toughest art among storytelling. It's very unfair to make people write short stories, especially when people are starting it out. But as a contest, you can do only a short story, because 25,000 novels, if I had to sit and read and judge, I think that is the time you thank short story. But hats off to you guys, because the passage I gave was a very open-ended passage. I didn't want to give typically from mythology. I didn't want to give typically. It was like a horror passage. But I gave an open thing, because I believed there is no rules for writing. I don't believe in any rules. Sorry, Manu. I don't believe any rules in writing. So I said you can write anything you want. It could be of any genre, and surprised by the kind of stories which came. So it shows that it is time for me to get, even though I gave a horror topic, it is time for me to get scared, because the competition is heating up a lot. Such an amazing, talented writers. All the stories I chose, I had a tough time to choose. And the other stories I will be reading, definitely they will be also great stories. My stories which came to me, that only I read, this book I am seeing now, I will definitely get back to you. And anybody wants any help, whatever little I know about writing, I will be always at your this thing. You can mail me or you can call me, whatever way you want. If you feel you want to ask anything about writing. Thank you very much. Give a big hand to all the participants and all the winners. It is their day. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand. One thing I want to mention is that at least 5, maybe even 6 of our season 1 winners are here in the hall, in the auditorium, and 5 of them participated as panelists or moderators for the Times Literature Festival. Would you please stand up for a minute, season 1 winners who are here? Okay, just 2 of them. Where did the others disappear? All right, fine. There's Dr. Roshan, there is Kena Shri, and they are season 1 winners, and they've helped us with the Literature Festival. There are another 3 of them as well. So thank you so much. Thank you. And whenever we can, we do help our winners and try and give them opportunities. A few of our authors have very kindly suggested that they may like some of the winners to work with them at some point in the future. So wherever we can get opportunities, we always try to help them out. Now we will start with the award-giving ceremony. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have arrived at the most interesting segment of our event here today. We would now be felicitating the winners of season 2. I hope the winners are clearly excited as we are to felicitate them. Can we have a huge round of applause for all the winners who are sitting in this auditorium? Each and every one of you is a winner in true sense. Starting with the first winner on our list, I would request Mr. Anand to do the honors of felicitating Mr. Tino Disa, the winner for author Anand Neelakantan. Mr. Tino is a government employee from Bhopal. Can we have a huge round of applause for the winners? Thank you so much. Congratulations once again. Next, I would request Mr. Amish to do the honors of felicitating our next winner. Starting with, let me call on stage Ms. Sangeeta Sharma, the winner for author Ruskin Bond. She's a real estate consultant from Bangalore. Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause for the winners. Congratulations once again. I would request Mr. Amish to stay with us to felicitate the other winners as well. Next, I would like to call on Mr. Pranshu Pandey, a business analyst, winner for the author Jeffrey Archer from New Delhi. Congratulations to our winner here. Next, I would like to call on Ms. Anu Pilani, a software engineer, winner for author Sudha Mutri from Bangalore. Let's have a huge round of applause for our next winner here, Anu. Congratulations once again. Thank you, Mr. Amish. Next, I would request Mr. Anand to felicitate our next winner. So please, thank you. So our next winner here is Ms. Ashisha Chakraborty, winner for author Shobha D. She's a student from New Delhi. Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause for the winners. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again. So please stay with us for the next winner. Our next winner here today is Ms. Harshali Singh, winner for author Chitra Banerjee, Deva Karuni. She's a government employee from New Delhi. Congratulations, ma'am. Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause for all the winners. Come on, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Anand. Next, I would request Mr. Manu to do the honors of felicitating our winners here today, starting with Dr. Roshan Radhakrishnan. Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause. This amazing winner is from Kannur, and he's the winner for author Twinkle Khanna. Congratulations, sir. Our next winner here is Ms. Apurva Anubhuti, winner for author Manu Joseph from Singapore. She's a program manager in Google. Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause for the lady here. Congratulations once again. Thank you, Mr. Manu. I would now like to invite Ms. Vinita to felicitate our next awardee. And this award is for the Parker Couplet Contest. And the winner here is Ms. Rajalakshmi Prithviraj. She's not here, but her daughters are here to collect award on her behalf. Let's have Ms. Vinita doing the honors of presenting this award. Everybody, can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. This marks the end for us to felicitate the winners here today. Two of our winners are not present here. Their awards would be delivered to them. Proceeding further, we bring to you an amazing performance. So stay here with us. Thank you. A very, very heartfelt thank you to the eminent personalities on the dais for their precious time. Can we have a huge round of applause for all three of them? I would request Ms. Vinita to join them on the dais as well. Please accept this token of appreciation from our end. Everybody, can we hear a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you once again for your precious time, giving us your support, and giving us your precious time. Thank you. Don't go anywhere, stay with us. We have a performance for all of you, which is going to entice and mesmerize you. As the stage is being cleared, be with us. Soon we would be announcing for the surprise act on the stage. Thank you. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you an amazing act called Moni Mahi Solitude, written by Sangeeta Sharma, winner of Times of India Right India Contest 2018, set in a small village in Assam. It is a sweet and poignant story with an amazing twist. Akshara Theatre has specially curated this performance for all of us. So let's have a look any moment now. We will now be welcoming the artists from the Akshara Theatre with their act, Moni Mahi Solitude.
you care about is your work. But what about our daughter? Where will she study?
I told you Majoni will study with the other children in the village school, Charu. Petkui is not as backward a place as you imagine it to be.
And who will she play with? These ignorant village children.
Don't be unfair, Charu.
Majoni.
It's not that Majoni is a very social child herself. She's always lost in her own world.
She'll be fine when she grows up. Everyone says that.
And after all, we won't live here forever.
2 years at the most. She will get used to
Living here.
2 years. You lag behind our classmates when we return to Guwahati.
Inside, their argument not yet resolved. Devta, father's roots were in just such a village, and part of him always wanted to settle down in a place amid lush paddy fields and swaying coconut trees. Devta has been posted as the range officer here, in charge for the wildlife sanctuary near the village, and this was the closest he could get to his dream location.
ওইরা আমাকে ধেনু পাশে বেনু মুখে বাঁচি বাই বনে পুষ্পমালা পিন্ধি গুধেনু সরাই ওইরা আমাকে ধেনু পাশে বেনু মুখে বাঁচি বাই বনে পুষ্পমালা পিন্ধি গুধেনু সরাই
What is your name, child?
Majuni,
You have just moved in, haven't you?
we've come from Guwahati.
Who knows what these people are like here?
Stop assuming things, Charu.
The mother does not seem too pleased with this place.
Ma refused to speak to Devta throughout the journey here.
How old are you, child? 7? 8?
7.
Well, I am known as Moni Mahi around here. I live in this cottage. You can come over whenever you like.
ওইরাম নন্দর ঘরের যদু তুমি আসিলা যে সৰু পঞ্চা বয়সতে তুমি ৰখাইছিলা গৰু ওইরাম নন্দর ঘরের যদু তুমি আসিলা যে সৰু পঞ্চা বয়সতে তুমি ৰখাইছিলা গৰু ওইরাম নন্দের দুলাল বাছা তুমি নন্দের দুলাল এত রাত্রি গরু তারে কার হে সওয়াল ওইরাম নন্দের দুলাল বাছা তুমি নন্দের দুলাল এত রাত্রি গরু তারে কার হে সওয়াল
Hello, Shamantika. How are you? Good, thanks. Oh, I know. You won't believe it's just been 4 months since we came here, but it feels like ages. Thank goodness winter is almost over. These old bungalows are so cold. Yes.
Tell me another story.
Aren't you tired of hearing stories about fairies and monsters?
All right, then tell me about your life.
My life?
Yes, tell me.
My life. Well, I was 9 years old when I got married. Yes, just 2 years older than you.
It's Ram.
Yes, my husband was 20 years older than me.
9 and 20 is 29. Oh, poor Moni Mahi. You were married to an old man.
My husband was one of the richest men in the village. People would come from all over town to collect loans from him, and they would wait, rubbing their hands in anticipation. My husband would open his cupboard and take out fistfuls of money for these men. I was still young, but I could see that they were never going to return the money. But he just laughed aside my concerns. Perhaps he should have listened to me.
Then what happened?
One day, my husband came rushing home in a horse-drawn buggy, throwing up a cloud of dust. He said to me, Moni, quickly prepare a puja thali, a one that is used to welcome guests on an auspicious occasion. I was taken aback.
Then?
Yes, but without asking, I lit a clay lamp and I put some agarbattis in this thali.
Then,
yes, I took a marigold flower from a courtyard.
Then what happened?
Yes. Then I put some sindoor in the thali and I went with the thali up to the doorstep.
Then?
Yes. Then I had made some coconut laddus that day. So I put one laddu in the thali as well.
Then
I pushed aside the curtain and came face to face with...
With what?
Guess.
What?
A huge elephant in our courtyard.
Hey, Bhagavan.
Yes. My husband had bought that elephant from an unscrupulous timber trader who was treating it very cruelly.
Oh.
Yes, this elephant's name was Mahalakshmi.
Mahalakshmi?
Yes, but there is more.
What?
This elephant had a small baby between its legs. Yes, this baby had not been named yet. And I myself was pregnant at that time. So watching the mother-son pair filled my heart with joy. I put a tilak on Mahalakshmi's forehead and I gave her the laddu and I said to her that you and your son will always be a part of our family. You're always safe with us and I wish I could turn back the clock and bring the wheels of time to a stop.
Then what happened to Mahalakshmi and the baby The elephant.
Well, I don't remember. I've become old. But I will tell you when I remember. So tell me, what have you learned in your school books today?
This is a book about nature. Do you know what that flower is called, Muni Mahi?
Isn't that the Kat Champa?
No, I read in this book that it is called Frangipani.
Frangipani? Frangipani. What a fancy name for our old Kat Champa. But I must say, Frangipani sounds much more beautiful than Kat Champa. Yes, this flower deserves to be called Frangipani. Oh, Mazuni, you are such a clever girl. How many big words you know?
You want to know what my favorite word is, Moni Mahi?
Tell me.
It is petrichor. It means the smell of dry earth after the first rain.
What a wonderful word. Petrichor. Petrichor? Petrichor. Yes, that is my favorite fragrance. Smell of dry earth after the first rain. I hope monsoon comes early this time, Mazuni.
Emma, Marjani, where are you? You've not completed your homework?
I know, Ma, but Moni Mahi hasn't finished her story yet.
You need to study. The exams are coming soon. Come back immediately.
Go do your homework, child.
ওইরাম লোকৰ বাচ্চা ডাঙৰ দীঘল আমাৰ বাচ্চা সৰু সিংহ বেঘ্ৰ লগে চৰে তাতে তাৰে গৰু ওইৰাম লোকৰ বাচ্চা ডাঙৰ দীঘল আমাৰ বাচ্চা সৰু সিংহ বেঘ্ৰ লগে চৰে তাতে তাৰে গৰু
Thank you for visiting us, Suparna Pehi.
It's a pleasure, dear. So, how do you like this place?
One day, Mother invited Suparna Goswami home for lunch. She was the matriarch of an affluent household in the adjacent town.
I'll just answer that. Hello?
Mazani, come and sit here.
Yes, Suparna Pehi.
So, I hear you're friends with Moni Mahi.
Yes, is that a bad thing?
Why do you ask that?
Well, although Moni Mahi is well known around the village, not many people seem to like her. Mother also dislikes her. Why? Is she a bad person?
No, child. Absolutely not. She is in fact one of the most wonderful person I've had the fortune to know. Can you keep a secret, Mazani? I was born in a poor Brahmin family. In those long ago days, girls had to get married before they reached puberty.
What is puberty?
Oh, hasn't your mother told you? It is when you start your periods.
Periods?
You must ask your mother to explain. But don't take my name, huh?
Puberty. Periods.
Oh. It means that a girl is grown up and able to have a baby.
Have a baby?
Anyway, till they reached puberty, the girls had to stay at their parents' home. But once their periods started, they would be sent off to the boys' home to lead a married life.
So that they can have a baby? I will make sure and never have puberty. Can't the government ban puberty?
Hush, silly. You can't stop these things from happening. Anyway, my parents found a match for me when I was 11 with a person who came from a rich family, and an auspicious date was fixed for the wedding. My parents were overjoyed at the prospect of seeing their daughter secure a future. At that time, Moni Mahi was our neighbor, and her family was good friends with my husband-to-be.
How old was Moni Mahi when you were 11, Pehi?
She was 9 to 10 years older than me. So she was 20 years old. She treated me like her own sister. But then...
Then what?
As luck would have it, I got my periods just a few days before the wedding. I was aghast, and Moni Mahi was with me at that time. It meant that the wedding would be called off. I would be sent to a corner of the house, cut off from the social gathering, forever languishing as an unwanted member of the family. But you know what Moni Mahi did?
What?
She hid this fact from everyone. And despite being close to my prospective groom's family, she allowed the wedding to take place without anyone coming to know of this mishap. If it wasn't for Moni Mahi, I wouldn't be able to lead such a privileged life. My social standing today is all due to her. I can never thank her enough.
What happened to Moni Mahi's family, Pehi?
It's a sad story, Marjani. Her family fell into bad days, and very few people came forward to help them. Moni Mahi's husband was diagnosed with cancer, and they had to sell everything they had. They were in dire straits and even had to sell the young elephant. This broke Moni Mahi's spirit considerably.
They sold the elephant, Mahalakshmi?
No, the young calf. The mother had already died.
Oh no.
She suffered a miscarriage in her 7th month, so she had no children to take care of her. Finally, she had to sell off her house after her husband expired and moved into that cottage that you see today. All this took a heavy toll on Moni Mahi's health, and she fell violently ill when...
Arey, what have you two been chattering about? I hope Marjoni has not been bothering you.
Nah, she's a sweet child and intelligent too.
Oh yes, she is. She keeps reading a lot of books these days. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Oiram sira thoisu akhoi thoisu grip laru Hital pati pari thoisu tate thoisu garu Oiram sira thoisu akhoi thoisu grip laru Hital pati pari thoisu tate thoisu garu
Yes, I remember Suparna. It was a cruel practice to get girls married so young and then rejected if they attained puberty before the wedding. How could a normal bodily function determine a girl's purity? If that's what they were after. But I am glad that Suparna has had a good life. You know, well, when I was very, very sick, she had made me maso tinga, my favorite fish curry. When I was very, very sick, she had made me this very good curry. It was very nice.
run away right now.
You, and if I see you at the school gates looking at the girls, you wait and see what I do to you.
I'm so sorry.
Mazuni, you cannot wander about without anyone knowing. It is not safe. Come, I will walk you home. Come.
সামকানু দুৰা হৈ না যাবা সোণৰ বাঁহী গঢ়াই দিম ঘৰতে বজাবা ঐ ৰামাকে ধেনু পাছে বেনু মুখে বাঁচি বাই বনে পুষ্পমালা পিন্ধি গুধেনু চৰাই
How can I ever get used to this place? Everything is so difficult here. You are a big shot forest ranger. But Marjoni and I have to bear the brunt of living here. And worst of all, Marjoni and Monimahi.
Seems the monsoon has come early this time, Mazuni.
I brought you my book of flowers, Moni Mahi, to remember me.
Yes. Franji Pahania. Will you miss me, child?
I will, Moni Mahi, and I will always remember you.
Marjoni, hurry up!
Goodbye.
Franji Pahania.
I looked back from the car window and saw Moni Mahi going back to her cottage, walking barefoot through the downpour. Her feet left no prints on the ground.
শ্যাম কানো দূরই হই না যাবা সোণৰ বাঁহী গঢ়াই দিম ঘৰতে বজাবা এই শ্যাম কানু দূৰৈ হৈ নাযাবা সোণৰ বাঁহী গঢ়াই দিম ঘৰতে বজাবা এই শ্যাম কানু দূৰৈ হৈ নাযাবা
That was really an amazing performance. I would request the author of the play to come on stage as well. And let's have a huge round of applause for the lady here. That was truly a mesmerizing performance, and what a heart-touching story was that. Let's have a huge round of applause for Akshara Theatre Group. Very, very commendable, very artistic, and amazing performance by all the kids in Bacha Party here. I think we should have a special round of applause for the kids. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can you just thank our director, Anusya Vaidya?
I think we should have the director on the stage as well. Ma'am, please do the honors of joining them on the stage. This is definitely a team effort, and each and every one present on the dais has done immense hard work to bring this play on the stage. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Vinita for writing this lovely story.
I think we should get the two ladies together so that they can thank each other and as well as the audience. Truly, truly a commendable jobs for the ladies here.
For coming and seeing it. Without the audience, a play is no good at all.
Thank you once again to all of you. This brings us to the end of the program. Hope you enjoyed it. One more time, a hearty congratulations to all our winners and wishing you a great year ahead. Thank you all for being a part of the show, and we look forward to many more such successful seasons of Right India. Have a wonderful evening. But a special announcement for all of you before you leave. We would also like to thank our sponsors, Parker Pens. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you can grab a copy of the Right India Season 2 from Times Group bookstall at the Char Minar. So don't forget to grab your own very own copy. Thank you. We are calling it tonight. This is Anchor Chandni Sehgal signing off for tonight. Have a great evening ahead, all of you. Thank you.